Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's try that again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, so much better, and happy Easter, belated Ostara, and all of the things. And I would like to welcome you this morning, and this morning we are going to begin with a prelude with Ilara Stefaniuk-Gaudet on violin, and Doug Eastwell. Oh, and just Ilara. Excellent.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Ilara Stefaniuk-Gaudet and my pronouns are they, them. I'd like to begin our morning with a land acknowledgement this morning. I have been taught by Elder Sharon Jinkerson-Brass, who is the CUC Elder in Residence and a dearly beloved of mine, to do my best to do land acknowledgements from the heart and not from a script. And I feel very honored to be in relationship with Elder Sharon, who has taught me so much and in many circles with Indigenous knowledge keepers. So I want to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory. This is the traditional meeting ground of many, many people, including the Anishinaabe, the Cree, the Blackfoot, the Saulteaux, and so many more, as well as Region 4 of the Métis Nation here in Alberta. So to me, a land acknowledgement is a relationship. It's a relationship with the Indigenous peoples on this land, but it's also a relationship with the land herself. And I have been learning in the last little while about the animacy of the land and how every piece of life that we are in relationship is threefold. There is the self, there is the other, and there is the relationship. And I have a quote that I want to share as part of this land acknowledgement. It's from Ways of Knowing by Yale D. Bellinger. Creation is powerful. For humans, creation amounts to an environment in which animals, plants, and even rocks are all sentient beings. Simply put, everything is alive. Centuries of close observation have enabled humans to identify patterns and rhythms as well as fixed interactions among all the beings of which they interrelate. Over time, these interactions have resulted in the perception that all things are mutually connected and the belief that everything in an ecosystem is animate and imbued with spirit. As explained by Little Bear, if all is animate, including me, then we must all be somewhat alike, imbued with an energy force we call spirit. If all else have spirit, then I can relate to all, and all can relate to me, including other humans, animals, plants, rocks, the earth, the sun, the moon, and so on. In other words, all are my relations. All of creation and all its various manifestations, then, are imbued with spirit, since all of creation is of one spirit. This means that all are my relations, and that because this is so, I have certain responsibilities to ensure their progress and safety. So relationship must be forged and maintained. Thank you for this land acknowledgement.
Thank you, Ilara. Good morning. We're all practiced up. And welcome to the Unitarian Church of Edmonton. My name is the Reverend Rosemary Morrison, and my pronouns are she and her. I am one of your service leaders, as this morning's service is being collaboratively led by myself, Ilara, Stefaniuk-Gaudet, Erica, DeNeve, and Doug Eastwell. As Unitarian Universalists, we are bound together not by a common set of beliefs, but by our promise to support one another in our individual searches for truth and meaning, our understanding of the interconnectedness of all life, guided by our principles and drawing from many sources. We do hope you feel welcome here, whatever you believe or do not believe, whomever you love, however you understand family, whatever your age, race, or ability. You are welcome here. We invite you to join us in a journey of free thought, spiritual questing, and justice making for as long as you feel comfortable to do so. We extend a special welcome to our visitors this morning. Please join us after the service for coffee and conversation, and there's tea too. Our community extends beyond this Sunday morning gathering. We have a monthly newsletter available online, and you can join us. You can join our virtual community on Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date on happenings in our extended community. Each month at the Unitarian Church of Edmonton, we focus on a Soul Matters theme. Our theme this month is transformation, and this morning's service promises to encourage digging deep and having fun with our theme. As we begin, please turn off any devices that beep, buzz, or play catchy music to build a space where we can be present with each other. I'd like to invite Robert up to light our chalice for us. As I read these words, like the first hint of green, as the first hint of green begins to peek through the barren ground, as that little sprig grows into a healthy stem, as that stem grows into a stalk and forms a bud, as that bud slowly opens with each new day to form a yellow daffodil. Let us be like that first hint of green, renewed by the warmth of the sun's rays, and be ready to emerge with new energy, ready to face the day. We light this chalice to bring a glimmer of that warmth into our space. I turn it over to Ilara and Doug.
Hello, there we go, here I am. Waiting for the slide to come up too. So we're going to be doing a chant called Thank You for This Day. And we're going to do it as a call and response, as is tradition in a lot of the pagan circles that I'm a part of. So we're going to do it one line at a time, and I promise you'll catch on. It's nice and catchy. You want to take us all on with a beat? Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Your turn.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for
this healing, this healing, this healing day.
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 Now we're going to keep doing that until we're done. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
This healing, this healing, this healing 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 day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
This healing, this healing, this healing 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 day.
Thank you, everybody. All right, I'm going to call on Andrew for our stewardship moment this morning. He's coming down the stairs. There he is.
Well, hello there. My name is Andrew Mills, and my pronouns are he and him. And I'm currently the treasurer of our church and have been chair of the Canvas Committee for 17 years. Each year it's my task to ask you for your financial contribution to the operation of our church. I create a theme, transformation, put articles in the newsletter, make a poster, mail to our donors, organize talks in church, and for the month of March. All of this is to encourage you to complete your pledge, estimating what you can financially contribute for the coming year. I compile your pledges and extract an estimate that I include in our annual budget, which you will see at the annual general meeting in May. Our covenant calls on us to share the ministry of our congregation through our gifts of time, talent, and money. We all have a financial part to play in keeping this church going. If we're going to share the ministry of this church, then we need to share the financial responsibility as well. Now, our church does not require a specific financial contribution in order to be a member. Any pledge amount is welcome, no matter how small. But how much should you give? Well, I am the treasurer, so I have some suggestions. This year we need to raise $160,000 in identified contribution, which is the same amount we raised last year. Our church has about 150 members, so the math is an average of $1,000 per member. Are you giving $1,000 a year? That's $83 a month. Okay? The good news is that a third of our members are giving more than that average, resulting in 75% of our donations. Another third of our members contribute 18% of our donation, and the friends of our church who give to us, and some of our friends do give to us, gives a final 7%. The bad news is that this year's canvas is running behind. We've only received 37 pledges so far. That's 20 less than where we were at this point last year. Now, we've been delayed with issues with the building freeze up, the leaky roof. And I would appreciate it if everybody could return their pledges today, please. Speaking of the roof, I thank those who are contributing to our reserved fund to help replenish the amount spent on the roof, but please make sure that you contribute your pledge amounts as well. I already see a couple people giving to the roof but not completing their pledges. That doesn't work. We need the pledges first, please. Gifts to the reserve fund need to be extra. We still need your pledge for the operation of the church. So let's get the pledges in. I will now pass out pledge forms to those here, and I will send a link to the pledge form to those online in the chat in a moment. Please take a moment to complete your pledge of financial support to the work of the church, and we will tell you what our budget is at the annual general meeting. Thank you.
Rosemary, do you have any pledge music for us while the forms are getting out?
I'm working on it. Sure.
Thank you for these pledges, Spirit. Thank you for these pledges. Thanks, Rosemary. We had to have music while the pledges were going out. Every week in our church, we take up an offering and fill out pledge forms this week. We are privileged to offer many gifts in community: our time, our talents, our presence with each other, and money for those of us that can. It's good to remind ourselves from time to time that the offering is symbolic as well as practical. We pass the plate during our worship services to make a community expression of thanks for the blessing of abundance, to visibly bring in the harvest at this most cherished hour of our week. Our offering says that the act of giving is as essential to our spiritual well-being as anything else we do here on Sunday mornings. I encourage you to please feel the warmth of the wood and the warmth of community as the plate touches your hands, even if you are unable to put anything in it. Every month, we choose an organization to share our abundance with, and yes, good. And this month, we are donating half of our proceeds to the International Convocation of UU Women, whose mission it is to be a global partnership of Unitarian Universalists who work for women's empowerment through Unitarian Universalist connections around the world. That's their direct mission statement from their website. This organization does incredible work to advocate for women and girls around the world, with recent projects focused on getting women out of poverty and leadership training. And I would say we're taking the offering now, but that is clear as everything already. We're almost done. My ushers are really on top of things this morning. Thank you.
Completed pledge forms can also go.
Ah, great. Yes, completed pledge forms can also go into the bowls. Thank you. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share. Good morning, everybody. We are so practiced. This is great. Happy spring, happy belated Ostara, and happy Easter. All of the sacred stories we live with and feel connected with matter. If there's one core message that I'd like you to take home with you today, that's the one. As humans that choose to be together with other humans in covenanted community without a collective sacred story that we all agree on, we are called to be generous with each other and to celebrate the beautiful reality that there are many different sacred stories that touch our hearts. The deep truth that we are called to remember is that there are seeds of wisdom within all stories that are held as sacred. There have been sacred stories of the seasonal transformation connected with the coming of spring for millennia. As a baby born in spring, yesterday in fact, I've always felt the energy of this time of year very strongly throughout my life. As an adult who has developed an animist relationship with nature and her implicit intelligence, I feel most drawn to ceremonial and ritual spaces which honor the world as alive and breathing and sentient. I love participating in and creating sacred drama which personifies the natural forces as gods and goddesses because I experience those energies as alive and real and relatable. They speak to me in the dream time, and I listen because they've been around for far longer than I have, and who am I to argue with what forms the sacred takes in my life? And my familial religious roots are grounded in Ukrainian Orthodoxy. It's the faith of my maternal grandparents, and while it takes ongoing inner work to reconcile those roots with the trunk of my being and how I've branched out into the world, I hold deep respect for the Christian sacred story. Ritual practices connected with Easter have always been especially meaningful to me. Writing Pisenke, the traditional Ukrainian eggs, predates Christianity by thousands of years, and my mom began this tradition with me when I was 4 years old. Some years, I write only Pisenke for loved ones, each one lovingly spell-crafted and holding very specific prayers and intentions, while other years I write 40, 50, 60 and place them in baskets in public places for people to find a little piece of beauty on Easter morning. The folk story goes that as long as Pisenka are created in the world and gifted, the beast which would devour life stays chained, and each individual egg creates a link in the chain that binds the beast. I could put many names on this beast: carelessness, apathy, disconnection, to name a few. And I have faith that small actions done with love ripple out in ways that I don't understand. That's the beauty of the mystery. A number of months ago, I was tasked by a sacred knowledge keeper to create a Pisenke for my Guido, or my grandfather, to honor him and his story as an offering to help him understand why I chose ministry in a religion different from his. Guido died when I was 10, and has been a guide in my dreaming for my entire life since. So, for the first time since I was very young, last month I wrote a Pisenke with an Orthodox cross on it. On the other side of the egg, I put a chalice, so that both of our sacred stories could coexist. When I went to Saskatchewan with my chosen sister and girlfriend earlier this month, I put the egg on a shelf in my mom's house that Guido had built for his mother. I know that he received the offering because a few days after we got home from that trip, I dreamt I was getting a tattoo of a shamrock in his honor. We had always celebrated his birthday on St. Patrick's Day, and sometimes celebrated mine at the same time since we were both March babies. I checked in with my sister, who is my tattoo artist as well, and she happened to have an opening right on St. Patrick's Day. So I now have that little shamrock tattoo right on my finger in honor of Guido. It has 3 leaves to honor the Orthodox Trinity, and green is both Guido and my favorite color. For me, that Pisenka for Guido holds a very real transformation as I worked on a story to reconcile my faith in life and family and community. The act of creating it was transformational. The act of offering it was transformational, and receiving a tattoo to honor a beloved ancestor by a beloved sibling was a transformation that was far more than skin deep. We share stories because they help us feel connected. Sacred stories hold energies that are bigger than us and that have shaped cultures and societies and hearts for as long as there have been humans, and maybe even longer. All of our sacred stories matter. Thank you for bearing witness to some of the pieces of my story that are sacred in my heart at this time of year. Blessed be, and amen.
Technology. Sure, can we do this? Excellent. Hello, friends. My name is Erica DeNeve. My pronouns are she, they, and I am going to talk to you today about our ancestor altar that we have today, and also about our candles of concern and connection, which we are going to do right now. So yes, John, I am going to get you to move over a little bit. So when we look at our candles, you're all familiar with this ritual that we do. And I think sometimes when we have rituals that we do for a long time, they become not just familiar, but maybe a little bit routine. And we stop thinking about the importance and the weight of them. But really, this is a connective piece that has been important in all Unitarian churches for a very long time. And the reason that it's important is because it has emotional weight to it. And so while I'm talking, I am going to invite you all, as you feel that you want to come up and either light a regular candle of care and connection, or to come and light a candle that is on our ancestor altar. And I'm going to tell you about what exactly an ancestor altar is and why we have one here today. Ancestor altars are part of just about every religious tradition, not just pagan traditions, Christian traditions, Jewish traditions have them as something that people have personal altars in their homes or altars in their churches as well. And the idea is that we want to provide connection to the people who have gone before us, who hold space for us, who have learnings for us, who want to connect with us, and who have gifts for us. And those people, our ancestors, are looking to bestow their gifts on us. And we want to recognize that connection with them. So I know that some of you today have brought things that you want to add to the ancestor altar. There are also some things that you can take away with you. For those of us, I don't think we have any little ones here today, but if you are young at heart, there are some Easter eggs on the thing there. There are also tobacco bundles. So tobacco bundles are something from Indigenous traditions that we often use to get set out, sometimes in nature and sometimes on your altars, to give thanks and prayers to our ancestors, again, as a connective piece, to honor them and to honor their presence and our lineage and our connection to them. Tobacco is considered a sacred plant within most Indigenous traditions and within animist traditions. And when I talk about the difference between animism and Indigenous traditions are an animist tradition. And so they all kind of go together under the umbrella of paganism. So we are not appropriating anything from an Indigenous tradition by doing something like this, but we are honoring whatever tradition that we want to feel connected to. So if you would like to line up, we're doing everything over this way this time, and you can come and light candles as you wish. The tapers are still in their usual place over in the little basket there, and you can light a candle on the regular candle table or a candle on the Ancestor altar here. And somebody's going to play some music. Are you going to play some music? Yes. Ilara is going to play us some lovely music while we're doing this as well. I'm going to get you to light a last candle. And so a final candle that we want to include today is for, I don't know how many of you know, but today is also the Transgender Day of Visibility. And so Ilara is lighting a final candle, not just for all of our regular cares, joys, and concerns, but also for all of the joys and concerns that all of our transgendered cousins, sisters, brothers, daughters, and sons have in support of them, and siblings, yes, in support of them. We love you.
We are. We're going to sing another song. So we're going to sing Mother, I Feel You, and we're going to do it with the drum, and we can do it. I feel like we all know it, so let's just do it. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Hey, 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 oh. Hey, 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 oh. Mother, I hear you in the river song, where eternal waters flowing on and on. Hey, 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 oh. Hey, 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 oh. Father, I see you when the eagle flies. Light of the Spirit gonna take us higher. Hey, 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 oh. Hey, 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 oh. Father, rise. Next slide. All right. We got this. That's all right. Okay, now we have a special guest. Ostara, where are you? Spring feels late. There's so much snow on the ground still. Get out of bed! Spring needs to come back! You need a microphone. You can't be too tired to speak up, sorry.
I'm tired. No, let me sleep some more.
Oh, what do I do? Okay, so I've called to Ostara, and I've said that there's still snow on the ground, and the spring, it's supposed to be here by now. It is, right? It is spring? Yes, okay. What do I do? We need to wake up the goddess, otherwise spring's not gonna really come. Ostara! Ostara!
Yes? What?
You need to wake up.
What? No, I don't want to.
What do I do?
Why should I?
Flowers! Ostara likes flowers.
Oh.
Maybe if I give Ostara a flower, she'll wake up. Hang on. Let's see. We'll try this. Oh, great, Ostara! A flower for you to wake up. Oh, I don't think that works. Oh, I know. Maybe if we sing her a song. Can we have the next slide, please? Maybe singing Ostara a song because it takes all of the people together. Okay. I'm going to go back into my not bunny voice. Doug, lead us on. Let's get a beat. Oh, she will bring the buds in the spring and laugh among the flowers. Bring the buds in the spring and laugh among the flowers. And summer's heat, her kisses are sweet. She sings in leafy bowers. Summer's heat, her kisses are sweet. She sings in leafy bowers. She cuts the cane and gathers the grain when leaves of fall surround her. She cuts the cane and gathers the grain when leaves of fall surround her. think maybe? No.
Maybe. Do you have any other gifts for me?
I already gave her flour, and we sang her a song. I don't know what could be missing. Chocolate. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. Chocolate would wake me up. I'll try chocolate first. Okay, let's see. Sugar.
Chocolate is a good gift. I do like eggs. Do you have any prettier eggs?
Oh, I do have a prettier egg. Okay. Oh, this makes sense. Okay. So this egg is a magic egg.
Ooh.
Oh, Ostara looks interested now.
Ooh.
Maybe this will help wake her up.
Ooh.
So this egg is the cosmic egg that recreates everything in the whole universe, and it comes from long, long ago.
Ooh. Okay.
It's almost as old as Ostara.
Oh.
A gift for you, great goddess.
This is a beautiful egg. Thank you, my bunny.
Will you wake up?
I will wake up now. Oh, this is beautiful. Thank you so much. I think we should all celebrate spring now. This is wonderful. Thank you. I think, in fact, my bunny friend, that you should give out eggs to everyone. This is such a fabulous idea. Yes, we should do this every year, shouldn't we? Yes, absolutely. Let's do that.
Anybody who wants chocolate? There's chocolate. The goddess has returned. Chocolate. Chocolate eggs. There's more than one in each thing, so we can share.
I'm keeping my chocolate, though.
Oh, they're to eat.
They do come open.
They
There's
really
a
do
trick
have
to it. Robert knows the trick.
Chocolate. You stole a chocolate. True.
I am going to set our sacred egg back on the altar. There we go.
I think I'm going to stay a bunny for the rest of the service.
Excellent.
All right, so our next piece is going to require we get up and move around the room a little bit. If there's anybody who has mobility challenges, please ask someone else at your table to get you the thing. So we are going to do a bit of a planting ritual in a moment. On the table by Doug, there are little containers of soil, and they're toilet paper rolls because then they biodegrade. You don't have to transplant them. You can just pop them right in the ground when your sprouts come up. So we're each going to go, let's go table by table. So the two front tables first are going to go grab one little toilet paper roll each. We're all going to get toilet paper rolls, and we're all going to plant. So
There are advantages to sitting in the front, though.
yes. So let's go. These two tables, we're going to go grab toilet paper rolls. There should be enough for everybody to have one. And there is so far just soil in them, so be cautious. They do stand up, but they're not super, super stable, so hold on to them. And then once we all have our little toilet paper roll bundles.
Oh, we have to add some stuff for people in the back. So those of you at the table in the back, because you put together your own table, and good for you, you have an entire bag of soil and seeds instead of... Oh, well, Robert was on it, so you're all set.
Sweet.
Never
So
mind.
next two tables can go grab... I like this. I feel like a little bit of an emo bunny with the ears in my face. This is great. It's a statement. Yeah, it is. They're like windswept. Excellent. So once we have those on your tables, you will see that there are two little container ramekins of soil, and then one ramekin with a flower seed mix. So once you sit down, so tables in the front, you can start. You just put a little pinch of flour mix and then a little pinch of soil on top of that. And then when you get home, you can water them. But as soon as you water them, the toilet paper rolls will start to degrade. So you want them to be at home first. So a little pinch of seeds once you stand up. Next two tables can go get your soil. Little pinch of seeds, and then just a very little coating of soil on top, because they don't need to be very deep.
And this is a wildflower seed mixture, so anywhere you would like some wildflowers to be growing, you can plant these.
And there might be a few extras, so if anybody wants to take two, go for it. And I would encourage you also, so while you're doing this, just to consider that piece about animacy, right? So we are literally bringing spring into being as we plant flower seeds. This is a relationship with the earth. The earth is in front of you, and the seeds are the seeds are beings. They're not things, they're beings. So there's a relationship with the seeds and a relationship with the soil.
And those of you who are online with us today, we haven't forgotten about you. We are glad that you are here with us as well. And we know that you couldn't actively participate in doing seed planting with us, but I encourage you to go and find some seeds later today to plant. And meanwhile, you can still absolutely join in the meditation with us in preparing your minds and your hearts for a transformation of spring.
And while I understand that the chatter is natural, I would encourage you to try and keep your relationship in this moment with the soils and the seed and not the other humans, because we're going to be entering into a time of meditation with these seeds and soil momentarily. So if you could bring yourself into a quiet space in these last few moments while folks are grabbing seeds and soil, that would be lovely, just to appreciate the space. And then I'm gonna cheat a little and ask Maria, because y'all are the last table, when you're done planting, can you give me a thumbs up? Because then we're going to enter into a meditation with the seeds and some of the other stuff that's on the table as well. Have a bit of a ritual time for all ages. So while you're planting, I would encourage you to think about what are the intentions you want to plant this year. So what are the pieces that you would like to put into the soil of consciousness and have transform in the year ahead? Because remember, we're still in our theme of transformation, so we're planting seeds, but what else are you planting as you plant? I'd like you to consider that, invite you to think about that as your seeds go in the soil. And also, what would you like to grow as your plants are growing? Okay, great. Beautiful, thank you. So I'm going to pass the figurative mic back to Erica to lead us in a meditation.
Okay. It's okay, we're never completely done. You can just be a work in progress. Okay. I would like you all now to just find a comfortable way to sit and take that container and hold it in your hands. Those of you who are online with us, just imagine that you're holding a container of seeds, and also find a comfortable place to sit, bed, chair, sofa, wherever you are today. Feel your feet in contact with the earth, and take a couple of nice, deep breaths to quiet your body. Let your eyes drift closed while you begin to focus inward. How is your heart today, my friends? Can you feel it expanding? Soaking up that energy of our movement into spring. Imagine your heart and your tiny pot of seeds are connected. Those seeds are buried in darkness, but they trust that the soil will warm, water will come, and they will know the perfect time to germinate and begin to grow. Growth begins intentionally. As Reverend Rosemary says, each week our world is shaped, is mended by our intentions. So pour your intentions into your seeds. Pour your hope, your inspiration for the coming year. Fill them with your heart's energy to bring about the best version of yourself, the ideal that you would like to see. And now the hardest part, trust. As our seeds trust the earth to cradle and nourish them, we must trust that the future is putting conditions in place for our growth. Trust that the universe wants good for us. There may be a word that comes to mind for you now, a guiding nudge to help you with your growth this year. When you get a chance, you may want to write this word on your seed pot before you plant it. For now, hold this idea in your heart. Breathe into it. Let it sink in. When you're ready, we'll slowly open our eyes and come back to the room. And you will conveniently see that there are markers on the tables with you. And you can write whatever word came to mind with you on your seed pot so that you can have it there to mark your intentions when you plant your seeds. You could take a nice couple of deep breaths and release that energy into the world as you complete your ritual.
And while you're doing that, we're going to play our last song on a video on the screen to hold the space while we continue to just sit with those intentions for a few moments. And if you want to sing along, the lyrics are in the video, and if you are enjoying the space, just enjoy the space. Holy, 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 we are whole.
As we come to the end of this beautiful, meaningful, fun-filled, ritual-filled service, I would like to thank Ilara and Erica and Doug for creating this service and for allowing me to be a part of it. I have enjoyed it immensely, and I could tell from all the giggles and chatter and delight and movement of the spirit in this room, whatever that means. It just felt wonderful to be in this space with all of you. I'd like to thank everyone else that contributed to this service. Thank you for being here. Without you, it doesn't work. Thank the tech people and all of those online as well. I'd like to invite Robert to come up and extinguish our chalice. Blessed by our connections, we leave blessed by our connections to one another, to the spirit of life. Walk lightly so that you can see the life that is below your feet. Spread your arms as if you had wings and could dance through the air. Feel the joy of the breath in your lungs and the fire in your heart. Live to love and be a blessing on this earth. Amen. And now I leave you with these somewhat familiar to those of you that are not visiting and are not new. I leave you with these familiar words of benediction. Do not be dismayed by the brokenness of the world. Things can break, and things can be mended, but not with time, as they say, with intention. So I invite you to go and love intentionally, and love extravagantly, and above all, love unconditionally, for the broken world waits in darkness for the love and the light that is within you. Go in peace, gentle people, go in peace. Amen.
And now Rosemary is going to wander on back down to the piano so we can carry the flame together. So we can stand in body and spirit and create an amoeba-like circle around the sanctuary. We'll end our time this morning together.